I put the funk in the house.
Yeah. Clarksville, what up, though? PDB in this bitch with me. My nigga C Greasy gon' set it off, though. Looking for that funk, you heard?
We ballin' out of you niggas with Tumbo. 20 bottles at the table, just me and my kinfolk. Hold like you ain't know. Jumping the phone, throwing the bows like niggas in 94. All of these hoes wanna be chose, we too busy getting dough. Dropping their clothes at the door, ready to suck a nigga's soul. Pass it around, locking it down, we kicking it out when we do. They call my guy who got that fire, need a pound for my lungs. Trust none of you motherfuckers, boy, right with the gun. You better get out of my way, I'ma hit a nigga with a missile just for fun. Everybody got a butcher, everybody on something. I'm confetti on spaghetti with this 100-round drum. Hey, give me a minute to get my mind right. Yeah, Peter Wee, he got that purple, call it highlight. Yeah, Agony, he blowing 20 on the night. Like, fucking money ain't shit, bitch, what your life like?
We get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck.
Let me get it on. Peter Wee, motherfucker, who I be. Got hoes, got white, got Philly cheese. Red bottle with a walking on my feet. Keep the shoppers for niggas that won't be. Who was big, not here, I come home. Agony strap coming through the back door. You buck, we buck, you my kinfolk. Been doing this shit since 94. I'm chosen, bitch, like LeBron. Been pimpin' hoes like the one. Look worldwide, cause I stack funds. Keep an army strapped with big guns. Get a boy, hit me up, then I got him. Nigga flex till my nigga shot. Got the work, that's a profit. Female, a nigga, I'm loud.
Get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck.
I've been dope since 9-4. Then where the time goes. Still getting fast money when they grind slow. When they pull up looking fly than the motherfucker, all the bitches say, damn, you still fine, though. In the past with the fun, I'ma light it up. When you hit the dope shit, on the right is us. And they ain't talking about the football team where your niggas out of line and they tell them all tighten up. That boy named Agony off from the mission in search of the wonderful weed man. I'm thinking about copping and zipping that goodie and calling up all of my old friends. One time for my guys in the north, we chase our blunts with new pokes. And if your money's too short, get lost, nigga, fuck
We
you
came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving the fuck. Nigga, I live for the funk, and I love the funk. I need the funk, so pass me the funk. Nigga, I live for the funk, and I love the funk. I need the funk, so pass me the funk.
All right. What's happening? Yes, indeed. That was my boy, Mr. Agony himself, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening? This is another Solo Cup session. Indeed, we back full effect. Y'all understand me. And I don't have a problem acting the fool this evening. I want y'all to get y'all cups. Whatever y'all like to roll up, do it safely. Put them kids in the closet, whatever you got to do. Don't actually put them kids in the closet. Put them somewhere safe. While we have our adult moments. Ladies and gentlemen, I brought somebody with me. Absolutely. I brought somebody with me. And it's a beautiful experience because we over 20 years in. Family showed up again, showing love. And I just appreciate the fact that I get shown so much love from so many places because I give it all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further antics and semantics. Hey, we got my boy. I don't even know what you want them to call you. DJ S2, Agony.
Whatever you want to call me.
Because I know Mr. Alito from the basketball court.
That's what we gonna
quiet
do,
in the
man.
classroom.
Still quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Still quiet. Shit, I see you, DJ. You ain't quiet. You used to be quiet. You ain't quiet no more.
I mean, I got a switch. I can flip it on, you know, when I want to flip it on and turn it off when I want to turn it off.
Man, what do people want to know how you doing today, family?
Blessed.
How you doing today?
Blessed to be here, man. 10-hour drive, made it safely, no scratches, no bruises.
Man, I'm so glad you came through.
Glad to be
10-hour
here,
drive. I don't do that no more. I'm grown.
I got a second win. I recently drove to see my mom in Florida.
Okay.
And that was a 16-hour drive. When you got kids, it take a little longer. So we took the kids on the road with us. And, and I got my second, because we used to do it all the time when I was living here, going to school. I moved back to go to Austin P.
Okay.
In 01.
Okay.
And I would drive to Virginia, I would drive to Florida, wherever my mom was at. And I didn't have a problem. Got to a point where I, didn't want to do it anymore, but then I got my second win when I went into August.
Okay. Hey, you better than me, bro. I sit in the car for 4 hours and it's a wrap. I see y'all tomorrow. I'm flying.
Yeah.
The military spoiled me, man. We flew everywhere. When we drove, it was probably to the field or something, but
Yeah.
I drove actually my first deployment for an entire day from a certain point all the way to Baghdad, Iraq. And it took us an entire day. But we stopped in between, security purposes and all of that.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to be driving that far no more. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Like, they make perfectly good planes.
Yeah.
For me to get there in the right amount of time. I don't know. I can ride. Them nice vans. People rent out Stars. Them Mercedes vans. Sprinters.
Yeah, Sprinter.
I ride those. Long as I ain't driving. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I have to be in control. I'm not a control. It's not a control issue.
No.
But I feel like I wanna. If I'm going somewhere and we on the road, I wanna drive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be because things happen on the road, and I want to feel like it's my responsibility for my own safety.
So it's a protective thing too.
So
You like, long as I'm driving, I know we good.
Yeah.
I ain't messed up with that, man. I ain't riding with no girl.
Nah. Man.
They be pedal to the flow.
And then tailgating.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
2 hands on the steering wheel, like, be quiet, I got this. Nah.
While scrolling, looking at Instagram.
I'm
So
trying to
it's
tell
like,
you. Hello.
A lot of dangerous issues.
And telling us to relax. Go to sleep.
It's hard to relax.
No way.
Because then you feel a bump, you gotta jump.
Jumping up.
And, yeah.
You alright? You want me to drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so I got you here. While I got you here, one thing I'm not going to do is skip over the fact that the title of this show is Business Majors. I'm sure all the fans, how you doing out there? Everybody that joined the platform, I appreciate each and everything y'all do for me each and every week. Y'all show up. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Mr. Eric? I see you out there, family. I wanted to call it Business Majors for one reason, family, and that's because I admire your work ethic.
Right.
One. 2, you're a genuine person. So if somebody even came to me and said, he a sideways dude, he don't do business right, or I gotta call you at that moment and ask what changed. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm taking their side, but I gotta hear it from you that, hey, this is why I did that in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have a conversation about that. I'm not angry with you. I'm just I'd be more willing to guide you in the right direction than to look down on you.
Always, even though I've always been taller.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's always been that bigger brother, figure that you could go to for advice, whether it was girls, whatever.
Yeah. Man, you shouldn't have listened to me with the girls. I was respectful, but don't listen to me. You did the right thing. You did everything in moderation. That was dope. Not me. I wanted the whole entire party. But moving forward, man, I call you a business major, not because you've reached your pinnacle. You're not even close. I feel like it's so much in your future on its way, with your work ethic and your determination to be a better you every day.
Yes,
Being that it's that way, walk me through a transition early on that you pretty much said, it made you want to turn around and say, nah, I got to do something else. Because every person on the grind had that moment where they wanted to quit.
Had that moment. All right, well, I got into I had a legal issue that I got into in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I end up you know, spending some time, you know, in a city, county,
Okay.
whatever, and you know, when I came home, the first I've always been able to like to go to a McDonald's and get a job, and then I
We all can.
you know, but because I've been working for McDonald's since like '99, you know, that I can always go and be a manager.
Okay.
So because of that, I was able to go to a warehouse company who they did warehousing and print. They were able to recognize my McDonald's management experience, and they made me the warehouse manager. So I was working 2 jobs and going to school. So I'm really a business major. I have 2 business degrees.
Hello.
A bachelor's in general management and associates in business admin. So you know,
That's awesome. Y'all hear that? Black excellence.
definitely.
Y'all hear that? I got 3 degrees, but I don't even want to talk about it.
So you know, working for the warehouse, it's like, you know, they want to give me they wanted to give me the power, but wanted to tell me how to do things. So 2000, I ain't gonna give you the whole story. So we go fast forward to 2017.
You can give us whatever you want.
I'm at it every day with upper management and them telling me how to run my warehouse. Now you gave me the warehouse, and I was hoping that you would trust me. And by this time, I'd already had my degrees, both of them.
Okay.
You know, so you didn't want you want to tell me how to run the warehouse. So long story short, I ended up getting fired from there.
Okay.
Because it's like, I'm not gonna let you tell me how to do what I need to do, because I feel like I do it better when I'm doing me.
Okay.
So they fired me because there were a couple of issues with me and some of the salesmen and whatever. So they didn't want me anymore. So that happened. And the first thing that I thought was, okay, I was already DJing and already booked, you know, most Fridays. So
Okay.
I said, you know, I sat down with my old lady, and you know, I love her to death for this, but you know, she
Another queen came through holding the king down.
yeah, she came through, was like, listen, now is your time to get your business up and running, and if you gonna do it, now it's time to do it. So you know, she allowed me not to work for I want to say about 4 or 5 months, and she kind of held everything down.
Hey, where my queen at?
She kind of held everything down and allowed me to get my SHIT together.
Yeah.
And now it's like, since I got going, I was going. Like I was, you know, doing great. I'm booked like every Wednesday through Sunday. Every week I was, you know, somewhere in a venue or doing a private party or something. And it was because, you know, and then she even, you know, bought stuff for the business, you know, lighting and, you know, stuff, tablecloths and stuff that I needed to use while I was out there. So she definitely allowed me to put myself in a position to be fruitful with DJing.
My old lady ain't about me. My last old lady. Nah, I can't do that. I apologize to my ex right now because I was finna lie. I just thought about it. I wouldn't let her buy me nothing. I got that issue in relationships. Bro.
I kind of sort of.
My ego was too big to let a woman buy me stuff.
At that point, though, it was like
You needed it.
Yeah.
See, I never needed it.
Correct.
I've been in needy situations, still won't ask for help.
Yeah.
And that prideful, egotistical stuff, it could take you right out of your actual blessing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of sort of like that too, but I felt like this is my life partner. So you know, I have to accept the help. I have to accept the assistance. You know, because that's what we do. We you know, provide for each other. You know, it's not solely a man's job to provide. You know what I'm saying? Women nowadays anyway are, you know, some kind of a provider as well in a relationship, because some of them out there making more money than we making.
I'm gonna tell you right now, women out here making 3 times what we making these days.
$40-50 an hour.
And they was always capable. They just didn't have the opportunity because there was that label of gender roles in relationships. Also, since the beginning of the time, it's been our way or the highway, right? Here's the best thing about a good woman. And I'm not speaking to you tramps that need to get your shit together. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking to the good women, grown women. I apologize on behalf of every man that don't see you. And when I say they don't see you, I apologize that they don't understand that you too are a boss. It's saddening to see another man step on a woman when she just trying to compliment you. Correct. You know what I'm saying? And I think some of the billionaires I've always seen in their either interviews or their magazine quotes, they always say, if it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't even be here. I wonder why a lot of guys don't take that serious, that part where they say, if it wasn't for this woman, I wouldn't be here. If she didn't slow me down or push me or tell me that person ain't for you, you know, it was always things that the woman did that got them to where they at. And I'm like, some of these dudes got some real good women.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Women are they have that clairvoyant ability where they can kind of see the unseen. And, their vibes, or they're more into that that vibe and frequencies and all, and being able to read that stuff to people. We probably could too if we slowed down, but man, we just be out there fishing and doing our thing. We don't have time to really watch it. But that's where the woman come in at.
Absolutely.
But they say God sent man to help her.
Oh man, straight up. You said something that time. Miss Johnson, Miss Kiki, Mr. Harris, both Mr. Harrises. How y'all doing, kings and queens alike? Welcome to the platform. I want to read a comment from some of them. Miss Kiki said, we is not going to be talking about they driving. Yes, we are.
We just said a bunch of great things about y'all queens, man, but the driving...
we not fixing that.
That's anonymous. Right. You just got to let that one go.
It's right, though. It's not even wrong. It's right. Mr. Harris says, sound like that shit was humbling that you went through at that time in your life. And he said, and you knew it was time to take that chance. Was that something you just felt in your soul? Like, you know what? Since I'm already committed, this is part of the commitment. Is to trust her. One of the hardest things men and women alike have doing these days. You see how these relationships go. Yeah. They living through memes. They living through their girlfriend's word. Or I'm going to go ahead and say it like this because I'm a single man. Married people listening to single people.
I don't understand that.
I do. Because if it's someone as genuine as I am, right? Even I could be dead wrong. Because I don't know the details of your marriage every step of the way. And I could advise you on something for the moment, but longevity-wise, destroys your relationship. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because, one, I'm not walking in the shoes that you're walking in. You know that woman. I don't.
You can't put a Band-Aid on the bullet wound.
Exactly. So I advise no married man to listen to me. Like from an outside looking in standpoint, you might could take a few things, put the tools in your bag on respecting your woman, or just man up and don't lie. Tell the hard truth. Things like that. Those are very vague and, things that we know we should do, but sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else for confirmation. But don't listen to me about, nah, man, you need to leave, bruh. That's the last time. You should be fed up. Don't you leave that good woman if y'all done been through hell and high water? Yeah, some things you can fix. You just emotional right now. Yeah. Don't act on your emotion. That's why I say don't listen to me if you in a committed relationship, because I'm single. Yeah. The things that you accept, you probably accept because you love her. I can say that it's a lot of things I won't accept, but I'm single. I'm not supposed to accept relationship stuff when I'm single. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me trying to argue. We not together. Have a good day. But if you mind, absolutely, I want to hear you out. Yeah. I want to know what your concerns are. I will ask you this. You said you went through that time period, right? Where you had to rely on her. You wanted to give up until she pushed you over the hump and even provided a way for you to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you at that point say, it's ring time? Because we hesitate on that.
I didn't. And maybe shame on me, but...
No, we can't say shame on you because we don't know the details. We don't know the details. So I'm not trying to put you in a corner on that.
I didn't say it's ring time.
It never came to mind.
Yes. The reason I was really hesitant, and she has a ring now, but the reason I was so hesitant then with everything else was we had a lot of family stuff popping. You know, she has a
Don't they get in the way?
yeah. I came into a relationship. I met her. She had a son. He was 4. He's 10 now. So
Okay.
when I met her, she was 4.
Oh, so it was real early.
Yeah, he was 4, and as a man, I noticed that, you know, he couldn't tie his own shoe. He didn't know how to put his own seatbelt on at 4. So those are things that I wanted him to do on his own. Like when you walk in, like if I go pick him up, you carry your car seat. You 4.
Yeah.
It's not even heavy. So grandma didn't like that I was, you know, I guess showing her manly stuff. You know, this is how you ball the trash bag up. Or
But that's the nurturing spirit of a woman.
Yeah, and I'm not. I wasn't.
They
upset
gonna
with
baby
it.
their baby when they 35.
You know, and he was the only. Like my girl's the only child. Her mom's the only child, and he was the only grandchild.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand where all of that came from. It's just that it was those issues which would kept me from saying, okay, well, let's get married right now.
In due time, and with whatever y'all got going on,
Yeah.
I wish y'all both the best. The perfect thing that you said for me, I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna read a couple of comments because they talking to you. Everybody, what up, Lito? What up? What up?
Yo, what's
Mr. Patrick Hunter has joined us.
Peter Wee, what up?
Peter
boy?
Wee.
Yeah, Peter Wee. Mike Harris, what's happening, man?
Yeah.
Man.
He here. Quentin Harris is in here too.
What's up, Quentin?
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Quentin Harris say men got to be in the right place to put a ring on it. You can't go from being taken care of by your lady to let's get married. A real man not gonna do that.
Yeah,
Much
I
respect,
had to
King.
get back, you know, I had to get back right. But the confirmation that I wanted to marry her was, I had found out I was allergic to aspirin. I found it the hard way. And I just got finished DJing a party, and it was like real smoky. Now I don't smoke, so it was real smoky, cigarettes, weed, and all that. So I'm coughing a lot, so it was bothering my, you know, my asthma. So my chest was hurting real bad, so I took 2 aspirins, but I chewed them so that way it could get to my bloodstream a little faster. And I never knew I was allergic to aspirin. I just know that if you have chest pain and your heart hurts, you take an aspirin and it'll go away. So about 30 minutes after taking the aspirin, my throat started closing up. And you know, the first thing I do is I go and I start getting hot and sweating. So I go and put my head in the freezer, you know, so I can cool off.
Who told you that?
It helped a little bit. So then I hit my pump a little bit, but the pump wasn't working. So when she saw that, the first thing she did was call the ambulance. And you know, they came and got me, but as soon as they pulled up, that was it. I passed out. I thought I was dead. So you know, I woke up. You know, she was sitting right there and stood there the whole time, didn't move, didn't go home to shower or nothing. So she sat there the whole time with me, made sure that I was okay. You know, took care of the paperwork, talked to the doctors, and I just sat there and let her. You know, so that right there let me know. You know, it's time to make this. You know. Honest woman out of her. I guess that's what they say.
That's what they say. Yeah.
So it was time to make it official. But you know, and then I never wanted kids. But after going through that and surviving her being there, that's when we decided to have my daughter. So now
I'm so glad you said that about children. I was the guy that didn't want kids. I got them. My biggest goal was to grow up, ball, and travel the world. People look at me crazy with the amount of love I show my children. They be like, and you didn't want no kids? They don't understand how it changed you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how somebody can't love their kid, but they change you. Like, real deal, if you've ever held your child before and watch them just wanting your love, they don't, even if they just won't get their way, crying, screaming, and scratching, it's beautiful to watch it. Like, man, if you don't stop all this, I'm going to give you that bottle. You know, I'm going to give you whatever. Or you see them take them steps. And it's just so many levels of growth that you watch through this human you created.
Oh, yeah.
That you're just like, okay.
Amazing.
I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's little me. So, you said you didn't want no kids, and then she wanted one.
I ain't gonna say she wanted one.
Did you trap this woman?
I think maybe she trapped me.
Couldn't have trapped you if she...
Nah, I'm just kidding.
She wasn't pressuring you.
She wasn't opposed to it.
Okay.
And it was, it was a point where she was tired of the contraception or the BC that she was on, and I felt like, I don't like birth control because that alters their
It do
mood,
change
hormones, and it changes their body.
change their body a
So
lot.
I'm against that. Like I feel like if I can't, if we gonna be together and be exclusive, let's be exclusive. You know what I mean? And I'm a little like I pull out game was strong in my 20s. I'm in my late 30s now, so
Nah, dog.
a little weak with it.
It not even a
But-
little weak. We love it. Just
Yeah.
leave it there. I see you in the morning, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Definitely. So that's how they. But she's a blessing. The little baby's been an absolute blessing, man. And like you said, it's everything that you described and more.
Hello.
Watching all of that, and then she has my face, like it's so crazy.
I seen that.
Man,
You got a beautiful one, man.
Thank you.
I'm pissed off you gave her your face. But you have a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
You could have just left the looks up to your woman.
Yeah, she has some of her mom characteristics.
No, dog, that's all you found. That you do. And I hope it's one of them situations where, like my son, till he was like 6, he looked just like his mom.
Oh yeah.
Now remember when you played basketball with me when I was in middle school, high school, and all that? He's the spitting image of me when I was that age.
Oh yeah.
You can't see nothing except his height.
Hmm.
He's way
Little
taller.
Oh, okay.
Little. No, like tall. Like,
Oh, he's taller than you?
yes, fam.
Oh wow.
Like, really up there. And I was like, man,
Well, that's-
I know he ain't get that from me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's beautiful you've figured out that you picked one. I'm older than you, and choosing ain't as easy as it used to be.
Correct.
I think that choosing comes far and few in between these days, simply because I want to say the internet screwed us.
Yes. The internet is a gift and a curse.
My goodness, relationships just started. Not that people weren't creatures of habit before the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just exposed more of the ugly
Yeah.
so much that people now are afraid to
Mm-hmm.
commit. You know what I'm saying?
It gave power to a lot of it, that ugliness.
Mhm.
It gave it, the space to be always like everybody knows everything. You know what I'm saying? Even when
Man.
they don't know anything at all.
Man.
So that's why you can post something and you got 20 people arguing with you about just
The
thought,
smallest thing. Yeah.
So
Over ice cream. The kind of ice cream you eat.
yeah, and even in relationship, status is just. I mean, when you post a relationship status, it's just crazy the different. Like how many people differ, based on what you. And you could be saying something that's factual or something
Yeah.
that's solid.
Absolutely solid.
You
Such and
know.
such got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fact.
It's always the people that are happy, or the people
Ooh.
that don't even have a situation.
You know what? I've met a lot of happy men, quote unquote, happy men, that down relationships and say till you get in one, you won't understand. I said, how can you say you happy with that good woman but keep putting out all this negative energy towards? I'm just saying, wait if you can. Bro, you contradicting everything you like. Do you love your relationship or not? Somebody lying.
Yeah.
Those people confuse me, bro.
I recommend, man. I mean, love is for everybody.
I said that all the time.
It's
One size
for
fits
us
all.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Even if it's like platonic, women need men that they could call friends too, and it's not no strings involved. They need, I guess, big bros.
Minus the physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. They need guidance and advice. Single women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if a woman's in a relationship going to other men for advice, I guess if they were already friends first.
Could you handle that? Your wife having a best friend as a
If they were
guy?
already friends first, like you meeting a new best friend now, we would have to meet them together, and then you just end up becoming closer to them than me.
You can accept that.
Yeah, I could. If I know the guy and interacted with him, because the more you around somebody, you can figure out what their intentions are, and see where they are. So I could.
Nah.
He couldn't.
These niggas is great actors. Bro, you not finna be my wife or my fiance best friend. Especially if we both just met you. Let me tell you something. It's not no ego thing. There's no reason for my wife to commit to a best friend outside of me if it's us. I am the man. That's just how I feel. Now, if you got like you said, a long-term good friend you done had, I can't do nothing about that
Correct.
relationship.
And I wouldn't even
And
try to
I'd
do
be a
anything.
fool to
Yeah.
try to break that up. Because now I'm showing my childish side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean, man? We've been rocking. Like,
Yeah.
and you understand that we've been rocking, and I've shown you proof of that. You know. But we meet you at a dinner. 5 years down the line, I'm still hearing about this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, what are we really talking about here?
Well, like I said, it would have to be for it to work for me. It would have to be a situation to where
A workout partner?
it's
That
a-
definitely don't work for me.
maybe a trainer, maybe, but a partner, that's you know.
Even a trainer, that's a partner. Bro, you know what they looking at when she got on them leggings?
I mean, you can't stop men from looking. They're gonna look regardless.
I know you can't stop from looking, but he up close and in person. He holding hips while they thrusting. He's stretching her.
Good point.
You gotta move around. You gotta go get you a trainer that don't know you.
Yeah.
That don't have no, cause think about what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Best friend that's a trainer also, he got inside. He coming to our house. He coming to the barbecue. Y'all spending a lot more time than working out.
See, he did just say single man can't give married men advice, right?
I did say that. I remember I'm speaking about what I
No,
wouldn't accept.
okay.
Yeah, I ain't saying y'all can. That's why I said you accept that. That's crazy to me
To a
because
certain degree. I agree with what you're saying about the trainer thing. I'm 100% with that.
I can't do it. That's got to be like where your homegirls.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else working out.
Yeah. Everybody eating.
Cause I know if I get me a bad female to train me, you all of a sudden probably gonna want to start working out too. I know that's the truth.
Yeah.
Why she calling you at 7:00 at night? Y'all worked out this morning. Oh, she giving me another food plan.
Yeah.
Wifey at some point and don't let it be on the wrong day, cause we know everybody have a bad day. She texts you and you dip off to go call her.
Oh nah, but she can't do that. If you can't talk to
You
her
see,
front.
no, I'm saying you and wifey arguing.
Yeah.
So you just walk out casually, ain't even trying to hide nothing. And you like, yeah, what was you saying? Oh, she turning that into something else,
She
bro.
gonna start pulling up. Yeah. Sitting in the parking lot or getting on the machine across the
Right.
You know.
Mr. Quentin Harris say most women are scared to get close to male friends based on other men taking advantage of that relationship. Facts. He said, I have two, but only one. Got a nigga that and my name done came up. Yeah, your name gonna come up. Your name is gonna come up. Ain't no best friend. When I get a woman, man, for real, I get old lady, I'm gonna have female friends. And they're gonna have to be talked about up front.
Correct.
But bro, I'm not mixing my relationship. I'm not putting my relationship after those friendships.
No.
And I mean in the smallest ways, such as these long conversations we have now. Stop.
Yeah, it has to, like.
There's a line.
I have female friends, but whenever they have an issue, I'll go to my.
Mr. Harris said, I'm single. Don't listen to me. I was speaking for me only, man. I ain't giving him no advice. I made that very clear. I'm not giving him advice. I'm speaking on how I would react to the situation.
When I have a female friend that has an issue or needs some advice from me in particular, I'll go to my girl with it. Like, baby, what you think? How do you think I should approach this? Like, she's having this issue with her man. And what would you do? You know, and then we'll kind of tag team it, and then I'll get back and I'll be the voice to say, hey, this is what you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And then most of my female friends know how I am and know how that my girl's involved in everything I do. She's my partner. Like when somebody becomes your life partner, they're your partner. So there's no, you're a teammate in everything.
Yeah. So you ain't just talking to me, you talking to us.
Yeah, you're talking to us.
Yeah.
Selfies become ussies.
Yeah.
iPhones become we phones.
Yeah.
So no locks and passwords and none of that.
Shit, nah, I still got a lot because I do business.
Correct.
I do business.
But my thing is,
she got the password.
I want her to know that there's no, ain't nothing hidden. So you could go on my phone, and you shouldn't want to, but you can if you need to get in my phone for whatever. You got the password, or it's unlocked or whatever. But like you said, mine is locked because of my banking apps and stuff on it.
Yeah.
PayPal and everything.
There's so much stuff, yeah.
So if I was to lose my phone, nobody could just get in there. But she has a password. Actually, you can face authenticate twice. So it's my face and her face.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Miss Kiki said that's good for you to include your girl in the advice you provide. She thinks that's pretty dope of you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like it's important because she feels that okay, well, I can really trust this relationship because if your woman don't trust nothing, it ain't gonna work.
I'm trying to tell
It ain't
you,
gonna work, man.
on either side.
Yeah. If
On
she
either
don't-
side.
if there's like a little bit of mistrust and whatever it is that's going on, it's not gonna work because every time something small happens, it's gonna escalate because of that mistrust.
Trying to tell
And
you.
I just want her to be relaxed in all I do.
Now you've built more than one relationship along the way, and that came with all the relationships you build when it comes to you got a radio station.
Yes. Show, not a
Show,
station.
show.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, radio show. Your radio show inspired me.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna tell you why. You didn't have to know this, but you can know this now. I want the world to see,
Oh, thank
my
you.
admiration
I-
for you.
Goosebumps. Right
Because
there.
they didn't know where I came out of my. I was grappling with this for about 6 to 7 years. I talked about this on another podcast, but they didn't know who I was referring to you. But now that I got you here,
Oh,
this
look
is
at
who I
that,
was
man.
talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
I can't say for sure whose page I was on first, but right after I was laughing at something funny, I scrolled up to you and you were in there with your girl and y'all was doing y'all thing, laughing, having a good time, and I just tuned in. I didn't know what you had going on, and I looked for a little while, maybe 10 minutes, got away from it, came back like 15 minutes later, you were still going. I'm like, what is he doing? What's going on here? Then you said it. You're just like, this is our radio show. And then I said, wait a minute, it's obtainable? Because prior to this, I always knew I wanted to be talk show, radio, something. I just didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying, where to start at the lowest level, what avenue to take. And then I'm watching you, and I'm like, I know him. I could reach out and talk to him.
Yeah.
And I just watched for about 3 weeks. I just watched. You do your thing. You have fun. You did it your way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no control setting to where people was telling you, hey, cut, you got,
Yeah.
go to commercial. It was just you in the crib having fun and you and your old lady enlisting all kind of people, right? And I said, that's it. I can do this. I did it my way. However, I wanted to thank you in person.
Oh,
That's
man.
why I was happy
That's solid.
you came to the city because that sparked what I wanted to do. It sparked it. I sat on it for years, man. For years, that vision was so big and just feeling. I've worked for the post office, been to the military, managed the restaurants. I've done so much, been to college and graduated 3 times. You know what I'm saying? None of it made me happy. Everybody, man, you walked away from all that money at the money made me even more mad.
Correct.
Because I ain't even had time to spend it. I was working 7 days a week at the post office. From literally before the sun come up, I had to be there at 4:30 in the morning. So before the sun come up, I'm opening the building, and I didn't get home till it was dark, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So nothing was ever open. Bro, I had checks piling up in the bank, didn't have time to spend them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miserable. And I was like, something got to change. And I seen that late one night. Actually, I didn't catch you live. I was just watching it late at night one night, just up, sipping my drink. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of being mediocre. The question the reason I told you all of that, in my appreciation for how you spark, you didn't even know you were an inspiration to me indirectly. With you saying, I got pushed to do this, I got pushed to do that. When you went in, was your major goal to just be a DJ, or did you have other avenues you wanted to travel?
There's always other things you want to venture off into. When you start DJing, people approach you with other opportunities. So I DJ'd a thing called Music Lab, and I hadn't even really taken it serious that long. But I practice a lot at home. Or I used to practice. I don't practice anymore because I don't have time to. but I got to the point where my blends were like really smooth and my song selection, like I know what to play after, what to keep the energy high or low. So it was a fellow DJ in the building listening to me play. When DJs go in the building to other parties, that's all they. I'm guilty too. We sit and listen to what the DJ doing, and we critique him whether we say something to him or not. So he walked over to me and said, "Hey, bro, how you doing? I'm such and such. I'm with Cheechtown Radio. I'd like to offer you your own show." He was like, here's my number. Think about it, and get back with me. So I had went and talked to my girl about it, and like I said, she's a wonderful person. So we had a great conversation, and I said, but the way I want to do it though is we just saw what's love got to do with it. I say just think about all the successful black couples, that people say Will and Jada, Bonnie and Clyde,
right.
And people talk about the white couples more than they do the black couples.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ike and Tina was the first successful black couple, and they were successful at a time where racism and all that were high. They were successful in the 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? So that's when lynches and all that were happening.
Still happening.
Yeah. So it's like they were. It made it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So in my opinion, that was the Beyonce and Jay-Z or Will and Jada at that time.
Back then,
I wanted to pay homage to that. And show that to highlight the good side of Ike and Tina, not the the beating or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, how about you be a part of this with me and we do it together. I never shy away from taking ideas to my queen and saying, hey, you want to do this with me and let's do it together. Sometimes she's with it, sometimes she's not.
Right.
She'll be the first to say, nah, I ain't with it, that's you.
Yeah.
But then she was like, we can have fun with it. And we did. And that every episode, we clown and we go back, because I play too much. Like with my woman. So I play a lot, I joke a lot, and I tease her and make her mad. So I figured we could do this on camera, and record some of this, and actually, have some good dialogue.
Right.
And we started doing it, and then we started having guests, and then people coming over to, to sing. And
yeah, I've seen that.
And yeah, man, and it just turned into something, it got bigger than we expected to get.
It's still going right now.
We took a break with the baby.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was gonna ask with the baby.
We've been on for like a year.
Okay, I was gonna say with the baby coming, how does that work?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
She's busy. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I was finna say that's dope content too. Watching y'all navigate the baby growing up. People buy into your love story.
Oh yeah.
Big time. But it does take energy, time, and consistency. That's the one thing I'm learning about this is that if I'm not consistent, people forget about you. Oh yeah. Just as fast as you came on.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes is harder than on camera.
Yes.
Preparation, planning.
Especially like we were talking when you have a crew and it's just you doing everything. You setting the stage, the lighting, the camera angles, mic levels,
all of that.
Yeah.
Make sure you got
streams, make sure you connected, and all that internet and
the tech part.
Yeah, man.
and especially when stuff upgrade and you don't know about it, but somebody else doing it and you like.
And a lot of people don't know this, but she's the IT major out of us too. So she's the technical person.
I just got out of school.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so she has two IT degrees.
That's dope.
And I have 2 business degrees.
You lucky. Boy, you got a real queen. I'm proud of you, man. You done struck gold out here.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
You done struck gold out here.
Pretty good money too, man. So
Yeah, that's even better, right? It's always better when the money coming with the mind. It's a lot of people out here got big degrees, don't got no job.
So she has the IT thing going, and she's working in her field, but she's picking up the business side now. For me, learning how to. She just started an LLC. Just got a certificate for LLC.
Congratulations, Queen.
Yes.
That's clap worthy. Salute to you.
So now she's about to start making some money on the side with her business. So that's what she picked up, from me.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how relationships are supposed to work. Y'all learn so much from each other, pick up from each other, and keep each other up.
Oh yeah.
The more y'all give on both sides, you don't fall short in any area. And I think that's dope as hell. I can't say that I haven't had that type of relationship because I have met 2 wonderful females that absolutely gave me all they could possibly give me They just came at the wrong time.
Yeah.
They came at the wrong time. I was not ready for none of what they was doing for me. And fellas, I will say, with the honest tone of voice, all jokes aside, we ask for a lot out of these women. We do. We expect a lot. But you got to be ready, Kings. You got to be ready because it feel like they always ready.
Yeah.
The moment they commit, it's go time. It's up. And you can't be slacking. I was literally half-assing. That's exactly what it was. I won't sugarcoat it. I was half-assing. And just doing just enough for them to enjoy me and be. I think I depended too much on charm back then. No action behind it.
Yeah.
And charm only gets you to that first base.
I think that like when we were in middle of high school, that worked. Our charm worked, and that's all we needed.
Shit, it worked for me well after high school.
But it becomes a point though, like probably where we are now, where women want a little more than that because of their experience. Yeah.
They need more than that, or you ain't gonna last. You got to show them.
They're tired of just that charm. And they need a little bit more action, a little bit more elbow grease in it.
Yeah, facts. The work.
Yeah.
I admire a lot that you got going on. Actually, I'm so glad you came. But it was a big question I wanted to ask you when it came to not just the business side of your music. Do you have a passion for the music, or is that just therapeutic and just one of your top hobbies?
I think as long as you've known me, even though you didn't really know like you back then.
Oh, I knew.
I've always had a passion for music.
I knew. I just wondered why you weren't in the talent shows that I knew about that I was in.
Well, I was hanging around guys like Larnell Blunt, who was
rapper,
extremely talented.
Yeah,
still is, by the way. And dude, light was just so bright. So I just kind of let him, shine, and I'm his dog. I'm here. I can do my thing too, but I ain't that good yet. So
Oh, you were honing in on your skills.
Yeah, I was sharpening my tools and trying to become better, and then even with a lot of other things. So it's like I was always passionate about music, but I just didn't know how to share my light. I didn't know how to shine beside somebody who was shining. So if somebody like I was mentioning Larnell, being beside somebody like that, then I didn't know how to shine with them. Right. I just knew how to get out of the way, and
Yeah.
I mean,
understood.
So, but yeah, man, my mom was a DJ. My dad DJed.
What?
So I grew up in a house with two DJs.
Mom Dukes was scratching?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if
dope.
she was scratching, but she can.
She was scratching. We gonna say she was scratching. Mom Dukes was everything.
And then she sung in the choir, so music was always there.
That's dope, man.
And then I perform as well, so
I know you perform. I got your picture of the people seeing you with the microphone standing up there looking real celebrity-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Regular dude, man.
Hey, they all say that until the money come in. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah. You're going to get your just due. I already know it. I already know it. Another thing I wanted to ask you. Moving from here, you went to, where, VA?
Florida.
Florida first.
We left here with Florida first.
Florida first. With the moving around, has the networking been a plus in all that transition from place to place?
I want to say it has, because in today's proof, like I came back here to shoot a video with two guys that I met here, and built bonds, over 20 years with here. So we got together today just for a video. We're all going home tomorrow.
That's dope.
Me and CJ are. But and I can do the same thing in Florida. Like I have artists and people that I know in that industry that I could connect with and go down there.
So the song I played, the intro, that's this video y'all shot today?
Yes.
That's dope, people. Y'all can catch that video on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's called The Funk.
It's coming. Yeah. Produced by me. I made the track. I reached out to CJ and
Peter Wee.
Two of my favorite guys, man, and they slaughtered it. I was looking for another guy. I just wanted to produce it. I didn't want to get on it. I wanted to produce it, and because I'm wearing that hat now too. But we couldn't find a third guy to get on it. I should have hollered at you.
No, you shouldn't have hollered at me.
He was rapping back in the day too.
Yeah. I tried.
So I ended up hopping on it, and you know that it came out pretty good. So.
Okay, so the best part about that is I love the song, by the way,
Thank you.
the funk. But the best part about what I was asking you about the networking thing is business majoring.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean school-wise. I'm talking about the title of the show.
Mm-hmm.
For people out there that haven't stepped out on their dreams yet, would you say that that's one of the most important parts of stepping out is the networking phase?
That's the most important part, because just think about it. Everything has a network. When you think about internet connection, it's called the network.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything in your house is a net, like a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has a freezer. It has the fridge part, the part where you put the butter, the eggs. You know, it's the network. Everything is connected to something else. So when you venture off into business, you have to have other things that you can connect to spread your word, to spread your talent, to spread your vision.
Hello.
So if you're not connected to anything or networking, then you're in the wrong field.
Yeah.
So
I bring that up because I talk to a lot of people that are like, man, you always got all kind of guests. I remember when you was doing it by yourself. I don't enjoy talking to me.
well,
I do this.
Not because you got the live.
I mean, they got the live, but what if they don't show up for the live? They just come back and watch the video tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? I enjoy the minds of the people that show up for me to interview. I would do great with just shutting the hell up for an hour. You know what I'm saying? And you just talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with that. However, the biggest thing I've learned with every time I get y'all on here, I meet other people that y'all know. And they got another plug, and it just keeps going and going and going, right?
Networking, the power of networking.
Exactly. And I'm like, I love this game and how business runs. People out there, I want to share something with y'all. If you are a terrible individual on the inside, I won't say your network will fail every time, but I will say you won't have a wide variety of people in your network.
Correct, because people, successful people don't have a tolerance for what's the lack of better word is BS.
Yeah. They don't have time.
Yeah, and like I said, their level of tolerance for that is just like very short, very thin.
Yeah. And I will say, bro, I met some dope people, real estate moguls. I've met big time a female. She's graphic designer of some sort. I don't know how to do all that yet. But she can do some amazing things with that computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she said, I'll take care of you. I got you. Just call my phone.
Amazing.
Never seen her in my life. Don't know her. Just walked up to me, saw my hat. You Jermaine? And I was like, yeah, it's on my hat. She's like, nah, I watched your show.
Oh, wow, that's
I
great.
said, man, I appreciate that. I'm just happy that she tuned in, whether it was one time or for 2 minutes, And then she turned out all these open opportunities from just that small conversation. And then introduced me to her homeboy. He a tech guy too, and was like, let me show you what else you can get out of us. So when we talking business, network, now talk to me about work ethic.
Well, that's important too, because you have to have the discipline to, when you get into business, it's not going to be easy. So work ethic is important because once you run into a situation when you feel like, okay, now like when you're not passionate about something,
it shows, right?
You're not going to care if it's not working. You just like whatever. But when you have that passion for it and the work ethic, those are the things that will allow you to persevere through many rough patches in your journey.
Turn your nose into yeses.
Yeah, so work ethic is very important to be successful in anything. I mean, we look at the greats of whatever. I hate LeBron with a passion. But
you hate him?
Yes.
As a person or his skills?
As a person, he's immaculate.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you can't hate
I hate him as a basketball
LeBron. You meant you can't stand the skill.
His work ethic. That's why he's, late 30s and still in better shape than probably anybody playing. You got guys like young guys, Clay, Kyrie, who's hurt every year. You know, the Hayward for the Boston Celtics. That's one of my favorite shooters. But you know, these guys are always hurt. You know, they don't condition themselves. You know, so it's like work ethic. The best of the best, you see it. They work harder than anybody else.
Man, I thought you were finna tell me LeBron a bad person. I was finna say, show me.
He's not a bad person.
I was finna say, show me where. Stellar.
Some
on
things
and
I
off
don't
the court.
like, you know, because I play ball. And
We do.
I still currently play.
I don't agree with
Still currently play.
Wait a minute, you still hooping?
Yeah.
Talk to me nice. Hello. I don't enjoy the crying on the court. We came from a different
That's
era.
what I don't like. I don't like that, and I don't like the
flopping.
and,
Yeah, all the stuff we not used to.
And I don't like his attitude about it. I feel like he's that good to where he can go out and win every night and just blow everybody out. But he don't do that for whatever reason. I don't know. I
You know what I still say?
What's that?
Up top, it's politics over
Correct.
what you want to do.
We saw that with the Last Dance.
It's politics over what you want to do. Because I watched him play much harder games against the Warriors than he played anytime. You know, when he was playing for the Cavs, he played much harder games against harder teams and still lost to weaker teams down the line. And I'm like, where's that same heart? You know, we come up from an era where we love Jordan Hill.
Yeah.
We love the ones that was willing to take the blood out their mouth in a dunk. You know what I'm saying? But the politics changed on the court, so did the attitudes of the players. The money changed. The business side of it changed.
They're making more money now.
They're making way more money, which creates, in turn, a brat.
Yeah.
To me. You know, I believe they deserve more because the owners make so much off of the athletes that the athletes don't see. You know what I'm saying? Billions. And you're talking about giving a player $90 million over a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, this year he made $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they get paid enough, but I do think that the players are too talented to be whining to the refs.
I think so.
And they teaching the kids that.
Yeah, because and then, you know, it's a sportsmanship thing. Like we played for Coach Jackson.
Oh my God, they wouldn't have lasted. They wouldn't have lasted.
Coach Jackson wasn't having that, man.
On no level, which is why they voted him out after we left. He wasn't having it, but he won championships.
Yeah.
Then he went on to Atlanta and won more championships.
The things that you know, we learned from him, you know, I still carry to this day.
What did he tell us all the time? I'm not trying to teach you the game of basketball.
Game of life.
I'm trying to teach you the game of life.
Yeah, man.
It's not gonna be easy. I gotta go visit my man down there too.
Play hard.
But,
you know, used to be on the back of our butt.
Yeah.
Play hard.
Play hard. And also, that was on the practice uniforms. Man, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of something that was so memorable. But
there you go, and that'll tie back into your question about work ethic. Play hard.
Yes, it does. That man taught me how I got through some of my worst times. Not that my parents didn't give me a strong foundation, but some of the things he told me, they were funny when he said it, but it wasn't funny when life hit me, such as, don't tell me how rough the waters are, just bring the boat in.
I remember that.
Remember when he said that?
Yeah.
I laughed so hard behind his back, of course. I laughed so hard, and you know, I did a good impersonation of him.
Yeah.
You know, but then when I'm 19 and 20 and it's no longer about high school and I'm off on my own and I'm going through something that you can't necessarily just call mama and whine about. I'm going through something and then I hear him saying, hey, listen, don't tell me how rough the waters are. Just bring the boat. Get it done.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, yeah, let me pick myself up. Look in this mirror because I'm about to find out who I am in the midst of this trouble. So have you ever... I'm going to move forward. I talked about work ethic. I talked about networking, right? But what I haven't talked about is failed business relationships. Have you ever had a relationship to fail you as far as a business partner or somebody you was working with that you absolutely, as a person, you cared about them? Like, that was my dog. Or,
absolutely. And I think those are necessary to build your character. Because, you know, every venture that you venture off into, or everything that you venture off into ain't gonna work. every idea is not gonna blossom into fruition. You're gonna come across people within your network that you're gonna agree with, and then as things move forward, you're gonna start disagreeing at different stages. And sometimes you'll be at the stage of blossoming, and you might disagree about something, and then you put all this work in at the ground level. Now you're here and it's working, and y'all can't agree, so it has to crumble, and you got to start over.
Facts.
So yeah, that's very hurtful. But like I said, it kind of builds your character. And now you kind of know what to watch for in a partner.
Have you ever had the one that broke your heart for real though? Because I've had that.
I started FTM Entertainment Group. We started a label, a real record label in 2014. And we signed 7 artists.
That got by me, bro. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, well, that was before I had a social media presence. My girl helped me with the social media presence, the tech. So we started a label, and we were signing artists to developmental deals, meaning we were going to teach them how to mic approach in the studio, the things that people taught me. We were going to teach them mic approach. We were going to teach them stage presence. How to construct songs properly. How to write. What to look for in a beat. And how to market yourself on social media. That's where my girl came in at. So
that is dope.
We were teaching these guys the business. And what happened was the guy that I chose to be my partner, I just let my girl at that time do the tech stuff. But I had a guy I brought in, he was my partner. He wanted to be like an artist too, like a Jay-Z, like I'm an exec, but I want to rap. So that's cool. I respect that because I
can't limit somebody. Yeah.
So, but what happened was he started agreeing and taking the artist side when they have a disagreement with me about, because I want you to learn the business, so we gonna have a couple meetings a month. We're not just gonna do showcases and studio time. We're gonna have meetings where I talk about stuff and do PowerPoint. Like I was renting library rooms and doing PowerPoint presentations, and they out there, tooting their nose up at it, not wanting to come and not, having an attitude because they have to come to a meeting.
Why sign up for something and not want to do that thing? That was in
the contract. We have 3 meetings a month. We're gonna learn about. I'm gonna teach all the business, which is 90% of it. The 10%. So you
I'm
have
trying to tell you
about the 10% part, but the 90%. So long story short, again, the partner I chose was kind of siding and agreeing more with the artist than he was me. And we got to a point where the label wasn't working. And this is my brother's initials, Fabian Gerard Melton, but it really stands for From God's Mind. Everything God created was good.
Hello.
So the music we make is from God's mind. It's good.
I love it.
But everything just kind of fell to the ground, and I had to let it all go. And I had to focus on my girl MCs too. So I had to focus on just me and her. We gonna cut you an album. We gonna do mine. We gonna do some stuff together, and it just kind of But yeah, when you have that heartbreak, it's hurtful.
Saying goodbye.
Man, it's
did it sever the relationship altogether, or just business?
At first, okay. But we are much like if this happened 20 years ago, then it probably would have been some knuckling up or
Yeah, that's how we got busy.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But now it's like we would didn't really talk for a minute. But it's like you see each other and you like, what, man? We
let time heal it.
That didn't work, but maybe we could do something different. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you know what to look for now. So it builds character. You know what I mean?
I like that, man. For me, I love him too much to beef with him. So it wasn't so much of letting it go.
Yeah.
I let the situation die, but I never let the love between us die because it's so much built on that. Now, in having love for somebody, you also have to protect your heart in that. And your vision, your vision, you put it on paper in a contract. They didn't respect it, right? I had the same issue. We had a conversation. We verbally agreed this is how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? Along the way, we had disagreements, which is okay.
It's going to happen.
I don't mind a disagreement 100%. But even a female that I had a little venture with, the biggest thing I saw is that they always say the same thing. You're going the wrong way. But I see this vision.
Yeah.
It's mine. I gave it to you. You said you ain't gonna mishandle it. How am I seeing it wrong? You know what I'm saying? If I drew up the plan with no modifications by you that you agreed to, how am I seeing it wrong? That always confused me. However, sometimes I have to stand back and say, maybe I am being a little overbearing.
Yeah.
Let me hear somebody out. But I don't hear nothing but complaining, so it's hard for me to hear you now.
It's like it's a situation, man. When you know you're right, and you just gotta, that person has to, you know what I mean. Sometimes people don't want to admit when they're wrong.
I don't even strive to be right all the time. I strive to learn.
That's what it's about.
No. That's what the people will take from it.
Yeah.
I don't want them to take that from this conversation. I don't strive to be right all the time. I've learned so much from only my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I didn't do it right. It was more so I did it so wrong for so long that I learned that, hey, don't talk to people like that. Don't if you give respect, demand yours. You know what I'm saying? And also, the first thing I know about business is that it shouldn't be about I got somebody here for you, man. Love. So you can speak, man. What's happening? We got June in the building.
Man.
What up?
I got the embrace.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, I let y'all hug, man.
What's up, cuz?
Yeah, I surprised him. I surprised him, everybody.
Look it up, boy.
Got family showing up.
Thank you,
Family
thank
showing
you.
up. He didn't even know he was gonna get that love. I told you I had a surprise for you.
I feel real good right now.
Yeah, that's what's
I got to
up.
see a lot of people today, man. And, it feels so good during a time where it feels like the world's about to end. You
It
know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
that to you?
It does sometimes.
What does that do for your dreams?
Honestly, I don't know.
You just keep working?
Just keep working because you have to because it's the future seems like it's uncertain.
I asked you what that does for your dreams because how can you hold in one hand feel like the world is about to end and then in this other hand still have the tenacity to chase your dream? To me, I have to block out all the negative. This is just from my perspective.
Yeah,
From my perspective, I have to block out all the negative in order to chase my dream. Because the moment I stay too focused for at least 3 minutes on the negative, I carry it. I'm just that type of person. I can't even start my day with nothing negative. I start with the sermon, some scripture, some happy music, and I go about my day. If somebody call me with negative, I tell them, catch me tonight. And they're like, tonight? Hey, I'm winding down at that time. You can say whatever you want, but don't mess up my morning.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's one of those things where when people say you hope for the best but prepare for the worst.
Okay.
So you always gonna like for instance a chain is always gonna go around. You pop a link out, it might get caught up or whatever, but until it's gonna continue to go around until you do. So I feel like we just continue to revolve and do what we do until that link comes out.
Hello, I like that. Moving forward, and I've had you long enough. Actually, I appreciate you coming through. We've already done our hour and 30 minutes. That went crazy fast, right? I got one last thing to ask you. What's next? What's on the agenda?
We're gonna take over the world.
Come on, Pinky.
Next, man. To be honest with you, I'm not saying I've done everything I want to do.
No, of course not. I just want to know what's next.
One of my main focuses, and I ain't trying to sound cliche, but it's to try to position myself to be an outstanding father. One, because I didn't have it growing up. I had it in a stepdad. I did have an outstanding stepfather, but he came a little bit while we were teenagers when my mom found him. So salute Debo. But that's my next journey, and I'm looking forward to that because that little girl, man, she's so full of life. All she does is want to laugh and
that's dope.
Be silly, and she very she don't cry too much, and she's just so she watches everything I do. She makes the same faces, makes the same sounds, and it's just I have to make sure I walk a certain way so that way she picks up on that too.
Absolutely.
So I'm just watching my steps and my moves, and I have to set myself up to be successful successful, so she does.
Okay, man. The answer don't get no better than that. I actually didn't expect that. I was asking about business moves, and that's a business move in itself.
Yeah, man,
generational wealth without having a healthy family at home first. I don't know how you're doing it. You know, a lot of men find themselves committing themselves to the job so much that they miss out on 20 years of family. You know, balance.
Can't do it, man.
So I salute you for that balance, for that focus, because that focus is not easy. It's hard being a man, and a man needs to stay out of a woman's world because it's hard as hell being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a dynamic situation to where you got both parties involved, and y'all are working hard with the same goal in mind, succeed together. You know what I'm saying? And I salute you for that. I want to thank you again for showing up to the Solo Cup session, bro.
Thank you for having me, man. Beautiful show. Thank you for the hospitality.
I couldn't have even felt any better, man. If you had showed up in the city and didn't holler at me, and I found out, because I was gonna find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad we reconnected, like this.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, all those years of having, a big brother and a little big brother.
Yeah. They'll see how tall I am on TV.
All those, and then being, having that restored. So it's a wonderful feeling.
Man, that's dope, man. I appreciate you for saying that. And also, on your journey, I wish you the best. Ladies and gentlemen, for all you out there that have shown up and showed us love, Mr. Quentin Harris said, as a boss, you have foresight that other people are never going to be able to tap into. You got to run to your dreams relentlessly. It's a marathon. Miss Kiki says, yes, generational wealth is definitely a business move. I appreciate each and every what Miss Kiki said. What up, Joan? That's Miss Shanklin.
Who?
Shanklin. Yeah. The queen. So, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with your boy Solo. I cannot do this without you all. So the love is extremely, extremely fulfilling. And I also want to share that we got some more heat coming, I believe Monday and Tuesday, because people just showing up and they want to talk to y'all. I got some real fire lined up for y'all coming next week. I hope y'all have a blessed rest of the weekend. Be safe tonight. Take care of yourselves. And also, if you're drinking, don't you drive. If you're smoking, find somebody else to drive. But I know y'all ain't gonna listen to me because y'all grown, huh? But I recommend you just find that one person that don't do nothing but drive. Like Uber. Lyft. There's so many other ways you can get there. Get there safe. I love each and every one of y'all. Again, y'all could have been anywhere in this world, but y'all chose to be right here with me. I'm going to let y'all lay eyes on the great Lito one more time. And they call him DJ S2, a.k.a. Agony. Y'all can catch him on YouTube at, tell him again.
Agony TV is the YouTube.
Agony TV?
Yeah,
Okay.
AGONIE TV. A lot of music on there. My new project is on there, featuring some guys from here. Everybody know Peter Wee. CJ, those guys are phenomenal characters and phenomenal musicians. You can Facebook, DJ S2, Instagram, fgm.ent.group. I got a project out now that's on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, YouTube. It's called The Dope Tape. Check it out, man. Stream it, listen to it, and let me know if you're rocking with it.
Dope. Everybody, y'all got every platform. And if y'all can't find all that he just mentioned, y'all can look me up at Jermaine Seasons. I'm getting ready to change my name on Facebook because it ain't lining up. People think my last name Seasons. My last name is Hall, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Jermaine Hall Show. And thank you again for coming out. We're going to play this song called The Funk by Mr. Agony one more time. Blessed. Be blessed. Keep yourselves together out there until next time. 100.
On that girl, I put the funk in the house.
Yeah. this bitch with me. My nigga see Greasy gon' set it off though. Looking for that funk, you heard?
We ballin' out of you niggas with Tumbo. 20 bottles at the table, just me and my kinfolk.
FGMG, we suck.
Home like you ain't know. Jumping the floor, throwing the boats like niggas in 94. All of these hoes wanna be chose, we too busy getting dough. Dropping their clothes at the door, ready to suck a nigga's soul. Pass it around, locking it down, we kicking it out when we do. Call him a guy who got that fire, need a pound for my lungs. Trust none of you motherfuckers, boy, right with the gun. You better get out of my way, I'ma hit a nigga with a missile just for fun. Everybody got a butcher, everybody on something. I'm confetti on spaghetti with this 100-round drum. And give me a minute to get my mind right. Yeah. Peter Wee, he got that purple, call it high life. Yeah. Agony, he blowing 20 on the night like fucking money ain't shit, bitch. What your life like?
We get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck.
Let me get it. Peter Wee, motherfucker, who I be? Got hoes, got white, got Philly cheese. Red bottle with a walking on my feet. Keep the choppers for niggas that won't be. Coolest big, not here I come home. Agony strap coming through the back door. You buck, we buck, you my kinfolk. Been doing this shit since 94. I'm chosen, bitch, like LeBron. Been pimpin' hoes like the one. Live a worldwide cause I stack funds. Keep an army strapped with big guns. Get a boy, hit me up, then I got him. Nigga flex till my nigga shot. Got the work with the work, that's a profit. He miller nigga, I'm loud.
Get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck.
I've been dope since 9-4. Then where the time go? Still getting fast money when they grind slow. When they pull up looking fly in the motherfucker, all the bitches say, damn, we still fine though. In the past we the fun, I'ma light it up. When you hear the dope shit, on the right is us. And they ain't talking about the football team where your niggas at the line and they tell them all tighten up. That boy named Agony off from the mission in search of the wonderful weed man. I'm thinking about copping the zipper that goodie and calling up all of my old friends. One time for my guys in the north, we chase our blunts with new pokes. And if your money too short, get lost, nigga, fuck
We
you
came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We came to get a nigga buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. We get you buckin', we ain't giving a fuck. Nigga, I live for the funk and I love the funk.